W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of The Windmill Murders by Mandy Morton, narrated by Jenny Funnell. To all the would-be shield maidens, and for Nicola, my own peace weaver. Chapter 1. The cats in the town had had a very good Christmas. In fact, they had unanimously agreed to carry the festivities on until Candlemas. The Poor Lights drama group had extended the run of its annual pantomime, and a number of rewrites kept the performances fresh, although the costumes suffered from several backstage parties during the panto season. By the last night, on the 1st of February, Cinderella wasn't the only character in the cast dressed in rags. The magnificent Christmas tree that had stood proudly at the entrance to Mulkin and Sprinkle's department store now leaned in a northerly direction, having received several batterings from the January winds. The baubles had long since escaped, blown into shop doorways to be collected by kittens as treasure to carry home. But the principal beacon of Christmas still stood almost tall as the January sale-seekers rushed past. The No. 2 Feline Detective Agency had closed its doors to any form of work at least 2 weeks before Christmas, and the proprietors, Hettie Bagshot and Tilly Jenkins, had made a calculated decision not to engage in any cases until the new year was at least a month old. It made perfect sense to hibernate in their bedsitter behind Betty and Beryl Butter's bakery, where pies and pastries were on tap and a roaring fire kept the cold away. The weather had been kind, offering a seasonal sprinkling of snow on Christmas Eve, followed by a bout of wet and windy weather, which quickly gave way to a series of frosty but sunny early February days. Hetty sat in her armchair by the fire, waiting for Tilly to return from the library. There was a sadness about their room. The paper chains that had such fun draping about the place now lay in a heap on the floor with the discarded Christmas cards. The pretend snow that Tilly had excitedly sprayed all over their small window now looked like a bad case of dandruff. And the tree they'd carried home so joyfully from Meridian Hambone's hardware store stood belligerently in the space by the sideboard, shedding its needles in hope that some would get stuck in unsuspecting paws. The tree was sulking, and, as Hetty took in the desolation that the end of Christmas brings, so was she. She was now tired of the party season, and had reached her limit as far as cheese straws, mince pies, and even roast dinners were concerned. Tilly's idea of holding on to Christmas for as long as possible was all very...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?